Hello, my dear scholars. I welcome all of here. My name is Shiv Pratap Singh. Today, I'm here to continue my lecture series on building materials. Click on the I button if you want to see my previous video in which I covered basic properties of cement and its ingredients. Today, I'm gonna discuss about some raw materials. Okay, so we have raw materials. We have in cement. We have two types of raw materials. What are they? First one is argillaceous raw material. Argillaceous raw material, and second one is calcareous raw material. Calcareous raw material. Okay, it also called clay predominate, and this one is also called calcium carbonate predominate and predominate. Okay, so argillaceous material contains what it contains. It contains shale, of course, clay, marl, also called greenish. Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry. And blast furnace slag. And what it contains? It contains limestone, chalk, and marine shell. Okay, so argillaceous materials contain shale, clay, marl, blast furnace slag, and what calcareous raw material contains? Calcareous raw material contain limestone, chalk, and marine shell. Okay, so what we do with these two raw materials? What is it? These two raw materials, argillaceous raw materials and calcareous raw material. We take 25 mm of this and 25 mm of this, and by doing crushing it, take 25 mm both of this and crushing it and mix it properly, mixed it, both of these. Okay, after mixing we do calcination. If you see my previous video, you easily understand what calcination is. Calcination is the process to heating any substance at highest temperature but below their melting point. Okay, heating it about at the rate of 14 degrees Celsius to 1600 degrees Celsius, 1400 degrees Celsius to 1600 degrees Celsius. By doing calcination we get clinker, and this clinker also called box compound. Okay, so what is box compound? Box compound is the raw material that is argillaceous. The raw material that is argillaceous raw material and calcareous raw material are integrated and mixed. After mixing of this raw material, after mixing of these two raw materials, calcination is being done. After mixing these two raw materials, calcination is being done. Okay, after mixing these two materials, calcination being done, and the complex chemical compound is formed, and that complex chemical compound which is formed is called box compound. Okay, and box compound contain four things. Look, box compound have four things. What is it? First one is tricalcium silicate. Which is 3CO.SiO2. It also called halite, also written as C3S, and it is present about 25 to 50%. On an average it present about 40%. Okay, and second one, it contains dicalcium silicate. What it is? 2CaO.SiO2. It is also called belite. Okay, also written as C2S, and it is present about 25 to 40%, and on an average it present about 32%. Okay, 32%. And third one, it contains tricalcium aluminate. Tricalcium aluminate, O.Al2O3. Okay, it is also called cellite and also written as C3A. Okay, it is present about 5% to 11%, and on an average it is present about 10 to 10.5%. Okay, and fourth one, we have tetra calcium aluminoferrate, 80. Okay, it is 4CaO dot Al2 dot Fe2O3. Okay, it is also called phyllite and also written as C4AF. Okay, it is about present about 8.14% to 9%. Okay, let me discuss about brief about these 4 points. Okay, so first we take tricalcium silicate. First we take tricalcium okay tricalcium silicate. Tricalcium silicates have different types of properties, and its first property is it referred as best cement. Okay, it referred as best cement compound. So its first property written as it's referred as best cement compound. Also, of course, it present about 25% to 50%, on an average 40%, which is pretty good, amount. Okay, but and its next property is it makes the clinker easy to grind. Okay, if you have calcium silicate in large amount, it it makes the clinker easy to grind. Okay, if you have large amount of tricalcium silicate, about 40% and whatever, it makes the clinker easy to grind. Okay, and it is responsible for, yeah, of course, it is responsible for early strength, responsible for early strength. Look at here, one thing, it is only responsible for early strength. Don't confuse it. It is responsible for early strength, it is not responsible for early setting. Okay, it is very confusing. Look at here, it is responsible for early strength, not for early setting. Okay, and what is the next part? It is it imparts a resistance against freezing and thawing. Okay, it imparts resistance against freezing and thawing. Freezing at very low temperature and thawing at very high temperature. Okay, and it hydrates within 7 days, which is most important property of this. It hydrates within 7 days from addition of water into it. If you added water into it, it hydrates within 7 days. So at this point, if it hydrates within 7 days, 7 days from addition of water into it. Okay, and one of its property, its heat of hydration is about its heat of hydration is about something about 500 joule per gram. Okay, remember this point, its heat of hydration is equal to 500 joule per gram. Okay, so here it is word, this is what is heat of hydration, what is hydration, and what is heat of hydration. Look, when cement plus water, we have a cement plus water, when cement is added plus water, then it goes for hydration, and when this hydration be heat in the presence of heat generation, okay, it becomes heat of hydration. Okay, heat of hydration. It is very basic. It is very basic point, but it is also important point. Is when you add cement plus water, it become hydration. Then you give heat generation. Then it becomes heat of hydration. Okay. Now we move on the next point, which is a dicalcium silicate. Okay. What is it? Second point. Dicalcium silicate, C2S. It also called belite, and it's also called belite 2Ca.SiO2. Its properties, it is responsible for ultimate strength. It's one property, and of course important property, responsible for ultimate strength. Ultimate strength. It improves the resistance against chemical attacks. Okay, improves the resistance against chemical attack. Resistant against chemical attack. This is very basic and also a pretty good point. It improves resistance against chemical attack. If you have this, it is a basically it is present about 32% on an average, and about 25 to 40%. Okay, presence of dicalcium silicate. Okay, it take and look tricalcium silicate takes about 7 days from for hydration, from when you add water into it. It takes about 7 days for hydration. It takes 28 days for hydration from when you add water into it. Okay, takes 28 days for hydration. Okay, and it's one of its property, it decreases against freezing and thawing. Okay, it decreases against freezing and thawing. It's a basic point. Decreases is against freezing and thawing. Okay, and for strength, on the basis of strength, it decrease early strength of cement, but ultimate strength remains same as that of C3s. Okay, decrease early strength, but ultimate strength is same as C3s. Okay, it generates least heat of hydration in box compound. On the whole box compound, which have four on the whole four parts, box compound, among four tricalcium silicate, dicalcium silicate is the least heat of hydration, which is about 262 joule per gram. 262 joule per gram. Least heat of hydration among box compound. Okay, and how much of heat of hydration of C3s? It is for C3s, heat of hydration is 500 joule per gram. Okay, now we will move on third box compound, which is tricalcium aluminate, C3A. Third one is what? Tricalcium aluminate, which is C3A. Okay, so C3A is also called cellite, and it is presence about 5 to 11% properties. It's one of the basic properties and important properties. It is responsible for quick setting and early setting. What? Responsible for quick setting and early setting. Whenever you see aluminum anywhere, then there of course there is quick setting and early setting. Okay, it's a basic key point. Okay, you can remember this if you want. And it's another properties, it generate heat of hydration, generates greatest heat of hydration on the above among all of the box compounds. It generate highest heats of hydration. Dicalcium silicate have lowest heat of hydration on among all of the box compound. It have highest heat of hydration, which is about 865 joule per gram heat of hydration, which is highest. Okay, and it makes cement susceptible to chemical attacks or sulfate phosphate attacks. Okay, makes cement susceptible actable susceptible to chemical attacks. Okay, and it is responsible for volume changes. Of course, it is responsible for volume changes. It is responsible for volume changes, and it takes 24 hours. It hydrated at 24 hours by from addition of water. 24 hours, sorry, hydrated within 24 hours of addition of water. Okay, and now we move on our fourth box compound, which is tetra calcium aluminum ferrate. Alumino ferrate, it's also called C4AF. Okay, it's about 8.14% to 9%. On an average, it's about 9%. Okay, and what is its properties? It is a worst cementing material. Look at its percentages. It is worst cementing material. Okay, and its hydration take about 24 hours. Okay, it hydrated within 4 hours. Okay, and also it is responsible for quick set, and it's responsible for quick set, and its heat of hydration about 400 joule per gram. Okay, so highest heats of hydration is tricalcium aluminate, and lowest heat of hydration is dicalcium silicate, which is about 260, which is about 262 joule per gram. Okay, so today we done this only. In next lecture we discuss about something, manufacturing of cement, manufacturing of cement on the basis of these, by using these raw materials. Okay, so watch this video again and remember all these points are very important. Okay, till then, take care, good day.